Justin, what did you think of the Giants' defensive performance yesterday?
I thought they did really well. I thought, considering JPP's out, I thought they still was able to create a lot of pressure. I was very impressed with Romeo and just coming in and having a big game like he had. And I thought the secondary, the linebackers, in general, that whole unit played really, really well, especially against a Dallas team that, it's 2 weeks in a row. The Minnesota game and now this one where they haven't played well, but, they've pretty much had their way offensively with most teams that they've played this season, other than the Giants. So I was impressed. I had fun watching that one.
Are you conscious as a defender the struggles of the offense and maybe communicate to everyone else, hey, this is a game, we're going to have to step it up, guys. We're not getting any help from them. We've got to shut the opposition down.
Absolutely. And we went into games with the mentality that we had to outplay the opposite defense anyway, regardless if our offense, was playing well or not. It was always us outplaying the other defense. And we couldn't control, if they picked up a fumble and took it to the house. But what we could control is trying to get our own fumble and take it to the house. So that's how we kind of motivated ourselves to play above the X's and O's on the defensive front. But, yeah, you're definitely aware of when your team obviously the offense is the same. If one side of the ball is struggling, the other side of the ball is definitely aware of it and tries to do whatever it can to kind of make up that slack.
Now, I don't know if this borders on hyperbole, Justin, but that Giant defense, the way it was flying around the field yesterday, shutting down a pretty potent Cowboy offense, I say that is a Super Bowl-level defense. I don't know what the team is, but the way the defense played yesterday, I could see that defense winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I think of Super Bowl caliber defenses, regardless of what they did, I don't put a lot of numbers into the top 10 defenses in the league in the regular season because people evolve, they get better. And I'm always looking at what these three components, and that's if they can stop the run, if they can create pass rush without having to blitz, without having to put a lot of stress on the secondary, and if they can cover people and create turnovers. And I thought you saw a little bit of all that. Some areas were a lot stronger than others, but I thought you saw a defense that did, at least at some components of all that. So, yeah, they definitely can continue to mold and continue to grow into being, a dominant defense that can, shut down opposing offenses.
Now you look at this Cowboy offense that's, led by a rookie. They got a rookie running back who is absolutely sensational, but have looked pedestrian the last couple of weeks. Minnesota probably should have won that game, if not for a fumbled punt that gave the Cowboys the ball at the 8-yard line. Now they lose in New York to the Giants defense. Is there something about this Dallas offense that's maybe getting exposed a bit?
Well, it looks that way. No one knows. Other than, the two teams that, have had that back-to-back success against them. Because, there's times when you're in the film room and you pick up on something, maybe a play call or down in distance or formation where they're doing stuff, or just tendencies, the ball's on the right or left hash. They like to call this more than that or whatever it may be. So, that would be a better question for somebody like Spags or somebody that was on that defense last night. But it looks as if, one, they might just be slowing down. These rookies might be hitting that rookie wall that everyone talks about. Obviously, they had not hit it up until this point. Or, there's something in there that, guys are picking up on film that are helping them, play a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and have more success against them.
All right, but let's talk for a second, and I'll get out of the way. Yes, I know I'm a Redskins fan, and you're going to hate on me. I get it, and reasonably.
Listen, I only hate on you when you open up the door for me to hate on you.
No, and I'm going to again.
You just ask the question and not bring up the Redskins.
But when you hear the question, you're gonna add that to it. So I might as well say it. Yesterday, had Odell Beckham Jr. not pulled an Odell Beckham, which is basically you catch him in stride on the right crossing pattern, he scored a touchdown. That game offensively is a nightmare. I was there and listening to the groans from the crowd on back-to-back 3-and-outs. What is the biggest problem with this offense? Because let's be clear, I mean, that connection with Odell saved the game. Otherwise, that's a dud of an offensive game.
Well, it still is a dud of an offensive game. Don't get it. But I think that's a twofold question. I'll answer twofold. One, that kind of goes back to just, what Odell is worth. And I heard a little snippet of you guys talking about it earlier about, why Odell is getting more targets and things of that nature. One, because he's the best player on the football field. Two, he can do things like he did on that play, which is take a routine slant to the house. But I think this offense, for some reason, is not clicking because of it just is not. It's not together. I think the offensive line struggled again last night to protect Eli. And as far as the running game, they tried to run it and they did a little bit better job running it, but the running game isn't scaring anybody. So that safety's not coming down in the box, and they're keeping him, back there to kind of stifle that passing game a little bit as well too. So, I think it boils down to this. I've always said this, and I always will believe it. Teams that kind of win championships on offense are those teams that can one protect the quarterback and be more physical and do the running game and the passing game. You can't rely on one, and I think they've been relying on Eli throwing the ball a little bit too much, and that's why you're seeing the slow processes of this offense. I mean, 10 points last night, but I mean, they had opportunities to score more points. They didn't do, they didn't execute well in the red zone. I think the fumble by Eli was a scenario where they at least get 3 points, maybe even an opportunity to get a touchdown that drive. And then the interception by Eli, same. I mean, another 3 points, another touchdown opportunity where they're not capitalizing on it. So that question, I know I'm answering this question long, but I think it's a lot of different factors that are leading up to them not producing points.